luxury body and chassis, we deliver not only legacy features, but also innovative solutions to fit with our modern luxury brand. We deliver concept, design, and components. It is actually the people that makes GLR special. We are quite diverse and inclusive, and we empower each member to deliver work that reflects the company mission and vision.
As a system engineer, my main responsibility is defining modern luxury customer requirements and make sure that our engineering deliverables meet those. I have many friends working at Jaguar Land Rover, and they could confirm that the company really stands for those values as they communicate through their social channels.
For me, to be part of this extraordinary environment means building something unique with unique people who are always willing to help. The office is amazing and modern, and we have a lot of activities that improve our routine, like sport and food activities.
It's really excellent for us to get here the best people, the best students. For AVL, it's extremely important. In Hungary, we have 550 people at AVL Hungary, and the target is to increase to 800.
To represent our team, you know, like that's also a great thing, because Formula Student is still kind of small, and you can really not say it otherwise, right? So it's really cool to get the word out there and to see people talk about it and be able to present ourselves as a team.
Having an exposure to the actual industry where you have speakers coming from different fields, different companies. And
5 minutes to the business plan presentation finals. 5 minutes left until the business plan presentation finals in the catering area. Don't forget, they're live streamed. We have posted the live stream link on our Instagram in story, and we'll also post it to Telegram. So in 5 minutes, you can check out the business plan finals, share the live stream link with those who haven't been able to join you at FSE's 2023.
And I think maybe you wouldn't always think of immediately is the students can learn a lot from each other.
This is my first year this year, and I've been really impressed with the whole organization. I find it personally fantastic to meet really enthusiastic people, and it doesn't really get more enthusiastic than students.
Formula Student Symposium is a big chance for us to get into interaction with students. So basically their dedication, their passion to their projects, to their team, to their car by the end of the day meets really like the Audi team spirit. So they love their project, we love our cars, our work, our colleagues, and that's really what we got in common.
all over the world put their trust in our braking and safety systems, day after day. As the global market leader in braking systems for rail and commercial vehicles, Knorr-Bremse is shaping the future of mobility. This is the challenge we have set ourselves as a technically innovative company for over 100 years. At over 100 locations in more than 30 countries. This allows us to maintain close links with our customers. Together, we are shaping the radical change in the transportation industry. Eco-efficiency, digitalization, urbanization, and automated driving. We are developing groundbreaking solutions for these mega trends. Thanks to the experience, internationality, and expertise of our employees, we are able to keep making mobility even safer, more comfortable, and more environment-friendly. Our goal is not to follow trends, but to shape them. Together. Making mobility safe. Knorr-Bremse's daily mission.
Hi everyone, welcome to the business finals at Formula Studentis 2023. Congratulations to all the finalists who made it today, so a big round of applause for them. And I know you are not interested in me, so I promise my presentation will not be long. But as we have some changes this year regarding the rules of the business event, I would like to share with you what you can expect from the finalists. So as you may know, we had an extra deep dive topic for the finalist teams to shake things up a little bit. So the deep dive topic for them was HR related, that how they will handle their personnel in the next 5 years, how they plan to grow or decrease their personnel, and what are their strategy to hire new talents, find new talents, and also to keep them with their company. So for this extra deep dive, they got 2 extra minutes to their presentation time, so they have overall 12 minutes to present. But they will be not stopped after the 12 minutes, so they can present their whole presentation. And also, keeping the original deep dive topic was not mandatory, so you will maybe see that some teams kept that, some teams did not. It was up to them what they think made sense. So we are here today not only because of the teams, but also because of our volunteers. So I would like to introduce you the judges. So a big round of applause for them as well. And now to the important stuff, to the teams. So you can see the presentation order here. You see that we start with the DV teams. The first will be Acryx Aachen. Yay. The second team presenting will be Squadra Corsa driverless. The third team will be Startstrom from Augsburg. Then we will follow up with Race from Dresden. And our last DV presenter, who is also our first EV presenter, will be Green Team from Stuttgart. Then we will proceed with Youwin. Then Formula Student Daft. And the last group today will be the CV category, starting with Fsupv. Then Race Up Combustion. And last but not least, we will have Provenga Racing with us. So as you see, we will have a very, very long night or evening. So I would like to ask everyone to be patient and be respectful with the other presenters and try to be as silent as possible. Without any further ado, I would like to ask the presenters from Aachen to start their presentation. And good luck for everyone. Presentation, here's the other mic. After presentation, give them one microphone to me so I can introduce the next team, okay?
Yes, of course. This one or this one? Okay. Ready? All right. Hello and welcome. Today, we want to introduce you to CARET. And I would like to start off by taking you back to your own days in school. You might recall those days sitting in a classroom, your mind drifting away and leaving without any recollection of the new material. In order to change this, CARET goes by the famous words, tell me, now forget, teach me, now remember, involve me, and I learn.
My name is Elizabeth Hirscher, CEO, and I am joined by Madeleine Feldges, our CFO. Together, we represent CARET and are happy to be here today and talk to you more about our business.
In order to bring our company to the next level, we're asking you for an investment of 850,000 euros in return for 29% equity share, enabling you to become part in shaping our next generation's future.
What drives us at CARET is that we have identified a significant problem within our own generation. Nowadays, only a handful of students choose a career in STEM, even though a lot more are capable of it. From an economic standpoint, this leads to an even greater issue, as in Germany alone, there are over 325,000 STEM-based job openings without any suitable applicants, for which statistics show that this gap is growing yearly.
This is where CARET steps in. We believe that by tackling this problem in the early stages of career-defining decisions, we can make a difference.
To do this, CARET offers an interactive workshop designed specifically for high school students, where over the course of 1 week, our team delivers an engaging and educational experience, all while being accompanied by a fully equipped truck containing laptops, 3D printers, and of course, our electric race car.
We've already been doing the CARET project on a voluntary basis for 2 years now, which gave us enough time to secure various sources of financing the workshop fee of 170 euros per student. As we contribute to the pursuits of 4 different ministries in Germany, we were able to secure governmental funding, correlating with the amount of students we reach. Due to the importance of young qualified minds for the economy, we were also able to get money from sponsoring, from companies mainly based in the automotive industry. And besides that, there will also be a contribution from local associations.
Now, what would the students experience during our workshop? Well, we offer 5 different topics, of which my personal favorite is the Computer Science Day, where we use a basic version of our car software and add fun, new, and creative challenges, which the students will then solve using basic coding skills. Each educational activity at CARET is related to the race car, meaning the students are either actively doing something with the car, or, depending on the topic, they use 3D printed models of it.
But now the most important question. Why is this electric race car so crucial for the workshop?
Well, first of all, there is no electric race car that is like this one, as it is easily taken apart. This makes it indispensable for our workshop crew. Secondly, of course the car will already inspire those who enjoy technology, but there are so many more angles to it that will spark the interest of a lot more students. Like, for example, the competition, the sports, the aesthetics, and the teamwork. And lastly, for us, this car serves as a unique symbol. Even if you forget about the name CARET, having a race car on your school premises will definitely leave a lasting impression.
Now, on one hand, our business idea with locally based workshops has a far bigger profit margin compared to if we would offer them nationwide, as travel expenses, accommodation, and even more costs would have to be considered. But on the other hand, our concept can be implemented in any place with a lack of STEM workforce and schools. Speaking of Germany, this means everywhere at the moment. So while we will still deliver workshops within our own area, we will also begin to operate as a franchiser. This strategic move enables us to not only deliver our workshop to students all across the nation, but also maintain a profitable business. And in return for our brand and the concept, we receive 12% of the franchisee's yearly profits, as well as a 50,000 euro fee at the beginning.
Now, no matter where our employees are working at CARET, we want them to reach their maximum potential. This is why we are offering coaching, such as communication training and conflict management. In addition, our paid time off policy, combined with a flexible work schedule, ensures that our employees will have a good work-life balance. And lastly, what makes CARET stand out is the emotional satisfaction, as we aren't just a money-driven company. This ensures that our workers can go to work every day knowing that they are truly making a difference in the society.
And we're happy to say that we will be able to offer these benefits to a growing number of employees, as at every location we will establish 4 workshop crews. This will allow us to reach the optimum balance of maximizing profit but not oversaturating the market. Besides our workshop crew, we can divide our personnel into 2 more categories: the office-based employees and the franchise department. We will start off with us 2 and 13 other employees, and our growth will then lead us to 49 people employed at CARET in our 5th year, with 32 of them solely being the workshop crew.
Now, as our workshop goal is to create an excitement for career in STEM amongst high school students, we aim to reach grade 9 to 13th, while keeping in mind that the 2 most common career paths in Germany are either an apprenticeship after the 10th grade or a university degree after the 13th grade. We have strategically located our workshops to ensure easy accessibility within a 100-kilometer radius, and there are around 1,200 schools within this reachable distance. This translates to over 456,000 students that fit perfectly into our target market.
Our franchise system will substantially expand our accessible target market, allowing us to tap into the vast network of more than 6,500 schools in Germany, with more than 2.7 million students in grade 9 or above. And after further analysis of our market and the sector, we estimated an achievable market reach of 5 to 7% of these students.
So now that you've heard so much about us and our company, let's talk a bit more about our competitors and where we stand in the current market. Regarding projects that aim to encourage interactive STEM education and also come to the schools directly, there are quite a few. Amongst these is, for example, First Lego League, which is an international robotics competition, or Arduino Education, who encourages children to get in touch with programming. Now, the downside to these two services is that they both require participation fees, making them far less accessible. Our greatest competitor is Touch Tomorrow, who offer a similar workshop concept to ours and is also funded by external sources. But what makes CARET stand out is the fact that we do not require students to actively engage in the sign-up process of our workshop. We come to the school and offer our service to each and every student, no matter where they stand with math or science. And we offer a more in-depth experience into the automotive industry, unlike any other company on the market.
But just like every other company on the market, we face a lot of challenges, which we will tackle using a prioritization into two categories: the urgency and the significance of the social and financial impact. So let's look at two examples.
First of all, our most urgent threat. What if somebody copies us? Well, we have established confidentiality agreements with the government and our sponsors. And while our competitors will be striving to create similar contracts in order to achieve the same quality we do now, we will be establishing our franchise system and be leading in most regions.
Moving on to our most urgent weakness. The students have to have a connection with our workshop crew. So every crew member will receive a pedagogical training and can participate in other trainings as well. And additionally, we will have teacher trainees present at the workshop to assist our crew on demand.
Now, we are aware that future challenges will arise in the future. Nevertheless, we are confident that with the combination of prioritization and constant adaptation, we will be able to deal with these problems responsibly.
Now, in order for the students to benefit from our unique experience, the school authorities need to find out about us. These authorities are a quite small pool of individuals. However, they do not have to take care of the financial aspect. And combining these facts, we can create a tailored marketing strategy, which ultimately results in a high response rate.
Our marketing budget will be allocated into three main categories: online representation, networking, and personal approach. These strategies will not only be used for the acquisition of new schools, but also for the allocation of new sponsors and local associations.
Our marketing and HR department will also have to work together to create a recruitment strategy. We need to do this to secure our own STEM-educated workforce. And we're going to target two groups specifically.
First of all, the people who have hands-on experience.
Their strategy will mainly focus on the emotional satisfaction and, of course, the less physical stress they will have on their body, as they don't have to actively work in the industry anymore.
Secondly, we will also focus on the young graduates, as nobody will be able to bond better with the youth as young people themselves.
Their campaign will mainly focus on their networking opportunities that come with it, and of course the chance to put their passion into so many different aspects of the industry at once. Now let's talk numbers. After doing the CARE project for 8 years, we will have had the chance to give more than 650,000 students a fresh outlook on their future career. As you can see here, the separation between us as the franchisor and our franchisees also emphasizes that by introducing our franchise system in our 3rd year, we will not only break our local restriction, but also make further revenue growth possible. And to calculate the financial risk of our company, we use a model containing a worst, realistic, and best case scenario. These are based on the usage of our capacities. And after introducing our workshops in 2023, we will break even within the 2nd year of our company. And by the end of 2030, we will have reached an average accumulated profit of 19 million euros, with 5 franchises already established in Germany.
To summarize, as an investor, you will not only be supporting our mission, but also become part of CARED, and therefore have a share of our generated profit. The break-even point to your investment of 850,000 euros will be reached by 2025, with a 36% return of investment in the following year.
Involve me and I learn. These were the words we started off with today. And now it's time for you to get involved. Thank you for your attention.
So thank you very much, Aachen, for this beautiful presentation. And the second team is Squadra Corsa. Give me one microphone.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Just want to give you a brochure.
Nem, jó lesz, nem kell parázni, de most nem annyira csak ne tegyétek ki.
Jó.
You want to look, then I will give it to the next one.
It's a summary of the business plan with a focus on the financial part. It's a summary of the business plan with a focus on the financial part.
Thank you so much.
So. Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us here today to hear about Squadra Corsa Driverless, an innovative startup with a mission to make a positive impact on our society. I am Vittorio Tedeschi, the CEO.
And I'm Giorgio Tozzi, the CFO of Squadra Corsa Driverless.
Let me first introduce you to Squadra Corsa Driverless. We started in Turin, Italy, and we're now moved to Portugal. As of today, we count 23 employees. We are here today seeking a 3.3 million euros investment in order to kickstart our project, offering you a 32% equity stake in our company. Our vision is driven by purpose. After a thorough analysis on our society, we have realized that individuals affected by physical disabilities still face great challenges in accessing vehicle mobility, despite the various technologies in conventional vehicle. However, we firmly believe that a significant step forward must be taken. By integrating our autonomous driving software into already existing ADAS system, we can forever change the way millions of people have access to urban mobility. Our goal is to develop and finally bring into the market the necessary technologies to bring the step forward and then operate in the market. When it comes to technological advancement in the automotive field, motorsport has represented the unexplored territory where new technologies have been developed, tested, and then finally introduced into the market. Inspired by this rich tradition, we intend to follow in its mighty footsteps. This is why we have created, in partnership with the FIA, Driversity, a brand new mono-brand motorsport championship that will be fully dedicated to drivers affected by physical disabilities, following the Paralympics Games approach.
While developing our project, we got in contact with FIA Disability and Accessibility Commission, which is FIA division dedicated to the homologation of racing car adaptation for people affected by physical disabilities.
Thanks to this cooperation, Driversity Gen 1 was born. This is a Formula prototype car suited with an autonomous driving software that is capable of helping the driver while on track. Moreover, each car has tailor-made adaptation that enable finally the driver to overcome the barrier reasoned by their physical disability. What we want to point out is the fact that our autonomous driving software is capable of both ensuring safety during hazardous hazardous situation, but also brings balance of performance among gold cars independently of the racing car adaptations that have been made to them while on track. To actually let our customers enjoy the car we want to sell them on track, we have created the previously mentioned championship, Driversity. Driversity events will take place thanks to the partnership with the FIA during Formula 1 and Formula E weekends, but also with fully dedicated events in the most important circuits around the world. As we started, yes, we are generating revenue through the championship, but our bigger goal still remains to find and revolutionize the way those affected by physical disabilities have access to autonomous transportation. This is why we will allocate 7% of our revenue into our research and development team that will work in the next 10 years on the necessary technologies to take this step forward and then bring these new technologies into the market.
The market niche that we want to target long term is greater than what we expect. The World Health Organization reports that 65% of people affected by physical disabilities would be able to drive with the proper instrument. This accounts for a total number of 900 million people that represent our possible future user base when our technology will be on the market. Right now, the target that we aim to reach is a person affected by physical disabilities who practices or would like to practice sports, particularly motorsport. So considering the total number of people affected by physical disabilities and cross-reference this number with the interest in motorsport and the financial capabilities of those people, we expect to reach a penetrated market of 400 people in 5 years. Our customers will purchase the tailor-made car, the artificial intelligence software, and its annual license. What we call pioneers are those customers that will purchase the package in one round. Wildcards are customers that will rent the car for 2 years. We created this package for less financially capable customers. Indeed, on a 2-year scenario, those customers will face less costs, but will be able to attend only 3 races per season. Even if we are first movers in this new market niche, our price is still competitive. Indeed, as you can see in the diagram, prices for cars competing in motorsport championship like ours are way higher than what we are offering. So, set the market, the product, and the price, we performed a sales estimation through a bus diffusion model. The results shows that we will reach around about 190 clients on a 5-year scenario that will purchase or rent the car, leading to a total number of cars sold of 225.
At this point, we'd like to show you a brief overview of the SWOT analysis we have conducted on our business idea. As a strength, we cannot forget the fact that we're bringing into the market a tailor-made product that suits every customer need, independently of the disability, physical disability they're affected with. Moreover, we're finally bringing in a para-athlete sports category a balance of performance, which is something that has never been seen, not even at the Paralympics Games. As a weakness, we know we are targeting customers with high economic availability, but hopefully we will work through it, as you will see during the presentation. An opportunity that we're faced, thanks to the automotive market, is the fact that the automotive market is a thriving one, with an expected compounded annual growth rate of 14% by 2028. Lastly, as a threat, we know that we need to gain our customer trust in the new technology we're presenting into the market.
For this reason, we are planning a great marketing campaign. Working through social media and live events, we will showcase the peculiarities of our car, but most importantly, the safeness of the product. However, our main goal is set to be the 2024 Paris Paralympic Games. We will organize a demonstration race where famous racing drivers will race against Olympic and Paralympic stars, thanks to the balance of performance provided by our software. To perform this great marketing campaign, we will allocate funds as shown in the diagram, also thanks to our partners, the FIA, the International Olympic Committee, and the International Paralympic Committee. As mentioned before, to kickstart our production, we set our workshop in Portugal. Why Portugal? Portugal is one of the few countries that does not tax reinvested profits and has a relatively low corporate income tax. Moreover, a 32% tax deduction is performed on investment regarding the research and development field.
As you can understand, as a young company, we aspire to grow in the next few years. We intend to do so by actually exploiting a partnership that we have with the Polytechnic of Turin, which is where we were born as a company. Our idea is to move 10 new graduate students in the next 5 years into Portugal. This is a not so inexpensive option for our business. However, even so, we have to face the costs like bonuses and relocation expenses as they might grow as a family. We know that for us, this is the best solution, because by investing in a new, motivated, young and talented workforce, we can set a solid base for our company that not only will guarantee us brighter horizons in the future, but also will be 5-10 years from now, the solid pillars of our company while growing into the market.
While developing our workshop construction, we understood that the energy prices inflation will affect our business significantly. To overcome this problem, we'd like to follow the Tesla's Gigafactory example. So we are planning to build a green energy plant on land near our facilities, including a wind farm and a solar panel plant that not only will fulfill our energy need, but will also generate an energy value that once sold to the grid will cover some of our expenses. But let's now discuss the investment we are here seeking today. As you can see from the diagram, your investment will be mostly allocated in tangible and secure assets. Most notably, you can see that to kickstart our production, we need 4.95 million euros. However, we collected ourselves a risk capital that will be invested in the wind farm construction. Moreover, a bank loan will cover the land purchase and the facilities renewal. So we are actually asking you for an investment of 3.27 million euros. To reward your investment, we predicted 3 scenarios that differs on the effectiveness of the marketing campaign and on the percentage of adaptation of the market. Of course, each scenario has different data, but since the normal one is quite a safe prediction, having a 21% return on investment, we'd like to focus on the worst case scenario. In this scenario, with a 1.5 million euro net present value, we designed a specific exit strategy. You investors will be entitled with 40% of equity instead of just 32% for believing in our idea.
For us, diversity represents a clear path towards a more accessible world. By investing in our company, you'll be joining the active front in technological advancement that is trying to make this world we live in a more sustainable, more efficient, and more inclusive one. Together, we can make a significant difference and embrace the future of innovation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for this presentation. I would like to ask all the presenters to bring one microphone to me so we can help those who are watching us live know which team is presenting next. And the next team now will be Startstrom from Augsburg.
Okay, that one.
When I'm lining up on the grid, I leave my wheelchair in the pits. When I have my helmet on, no one knows whether I'm female or have a spinal injury. I'm just another driver, and that's the way it should be. Today, we're introducing you to our extraordinary investment opportunity to our social impact startup. In the middle of our event is our inspiring testimony of Miss Natalie McLoyne. She's a disabled racing driver who is showcasing the immense potential for inclusivity in motorsport. Our goal is to break down barriers and help people of all abilities by creating a truly inclusive racing event. Join us on this transformative journey.
Dear foundation members of Keep Fighting, we propose an investment of 400,000 euros, for which we will get 20% of our company as an equity investor. Our business is estimated to be worth 1.2 million euros within 5 years. But who are we? Let me briefly introduce you to our team. Today I stay here with Carmen Baer. She's the CEO of our company and a former board member of Caritas, a leading inclusion institution in Germany. My name is Felix Gotowski. I'm the CFO. Before starting this company with my former student colleagues, I worked in the financial department of the Real Race Test. The Real Race Test is the first subsidiary of our holding, Startstrom Racing. There I recognized the market potential for inclusion in karting and conducted a case study, which gave birth to our company and the second subsidiary of Startstrom Racing.
And now allow me to briefly introduce you to our unique concept and our solution we found for this problem. We have one special solution which is mainly age-related. For example, for elderly people, we have the ability to utilize our entry and exit rates to provide more comfort. Additionally, our seats are ergonomically designed for comfort. For physical limitations, we are able to find a solution depending on every degree of disability. For example, we are able to steer our car with the joystick, put the gas or the braking pedal close to the steering wheel, or just control the acceleration while the rest of the steering is done by our autonomous system. Our autonomous system comes into play again when we look at mental disabilities. Due to this system, we are able to give the participant as much control as possible, with the safety system able to react as soon as it's necessary, so we can ensure the safety.
Our event is an exciting journey for car enthusiasts. It begins with a get to know you and a safety briefing to ensure the safety of all participants. A captivating car show introduces our vehicles and explains the key features and the innovative driverless system. Participants then experience an adrenaline rush of a sprint on a straight where the power and speed of the vehicles are on full display. The excitement continues with our slalom parkour, testing agility and control. A well-deserved break provides opportunity for networking and refreshments. The finale is an exciting race against time.
But what is it that makes our package so special? Our unique selling proposition is simple but powerful. We give everyone the opportunity to experience racing by turning spectators into real participants. This is exactly the vision of Miss Natalie McLoyne, and we are building directly on that. Regardless of your age, your physical ability, or your background, we can ensure that you are able to get into the car and feel the thrill of racing.
But what does our event cost? We have developed a competitive pricing model that offers two different options to accommodate all participants. For one, we've got a regular price of 180 euros, and we've got a reduced price of 150 euros for people younger than 20 years, aged older than 65, and disabled persons. We offer a reduced price to ensure inclusion and accessibility.
Now, let's have a brief look at our competitors. We made a competitor analysis where we looked at the other car tracks who might offer inclusive options, such as the two-seater car you can see in this presentation, or inclusive sports activities, for example, a soccer team. Both of these options are cheaper than our event. However, they lack of very critical aspects. For example, the ordinary car tracks, even if they offer another solution for disabled persons, what they normally don't do, they don't fit for every disability. With the inclusive sportive teams, we have the problem that they often lack of the adrenaline rush. But we are able to bridge this gap. We can combine the adrenaline rush with inclusion, which sets us apart in the leisure time activity markets.
Our team conducted a thorough assessment of our business. We gathered valuable data through market research, customer feedback, and consultations with industry experts to identify the key factors that informed our strategic decision-making process. We can partner with organizations and advocating for inclusivity to expand our reach and raise awareness about our experience. We planned a campaign with Ms. Natalie McLoyne as a testimonial, which will further increase our reach and engagement. By offering a unique and exclusive driving experience, we gain loyal customers who will provide us with positive word-of-mouth referrals. Initially, gaining recognition might be a challenge, but our well-planned marketing strategy will overcome it.
Looking at our competitors, there are a few car tracks who offer inclusive options, which could lead to rivalry. However, due to our autonomous system and our unique experience, we are able to set us apart because this is our unique selling point. Additionally, economic fluctuation may impact the demand for leisure time activities. This could mainly be a risk due to the high initial project costs. However, we have the advantage of our company structure, that we have our holding financially supporting us, as well as statistics which show that there's a rising interest for inclusion sports in the market.
But now that we know we are competitive, is the market even big enough? Through various surveys and research, we've calculated that there are approximately 30 million potential customers in Germany alone. If we narrow it down to our key area near Düsseldorf, there's still a potential of 5 million people. If we look at our potential and our situation as a newcomer to market, we expect around about 1,800 customers in the first year. This will result in a turnover of 356,000 euros.
And now, let's get serious. Let's talk numbers. Here you can see our capital structure. Our debt-equity ratio is nearly 65%, where the equity accounts for 65% of the total assets. This is primarily due to the high interest rate and the many crises with the current economic situation. To start our business, an establishing budget of 650,000 euro is needed. This is mainly due to be able to acquisition and convert our car, as well as for the construction of our hall to host our event at our facility.
We use the investment from the first business year in the going to market phase to purchase and equip an additional race car, as well for marketing measures and to offer our customers a slight discount in the first year. This will increase our potential customer base. Our project will reach our coverage of fixed costs with a break-even point after the third year. If we look at it in a more pessimistic forecast, this will be reached after 4 years. In summary, based on the break-even point after 3 years and a company sharing of 20%, in year 5, the enterprise value amounts to 246,000 euros.
We know about the importance of marketing to be able to get our message across and out in the world. Therefore, we developed a concept which is based on pre-, during and post-launch marketing. In the pre-launch marketing phase, we will mainly focus on search engine optimization and advertising to optimize our target keywords in our website. Additionally, we will launch a social media campaign featuring our testimony with Natalie McLoyne to get access to inclusion for inclusivity. Additionally, we will do collaborations with already established and still rising inclusion institutions, for example with the Caritas, to be able to show our unwavering support for inclusion in the sport. In the during launch phase, we will post social media posts where we can feature stories with real-time updates and really showcase what we are currently doing at our event. We also invest in targeted online advertising to be able to show everything we're doing on social media. Then we will design flyers and posters to be able to grab the attention of passerbys because we want to pique their interest in our event. Mainly in the post-launch phase, we will again use social media to post about inspiring stories of people who found empowerment and joy through our event. These stories will as well be used for our newsletter, which will be developed by them. Then we will additionally have newspaper ads and flyers, which will be distributed in our local area.
Our plan involves commencing with a fleet of 5 race cars in the first year, gradually expanding the fleet in the subsequent years. Additionally, our goal is to introduce our offering to the Benelux and France regions by year 7. We anticipate significant market share in these countries due to their substantial population of individuals with disabilities.
To achieve this ambitious goal, we will strategically expand our workforce over the next 5 years. We have conducted these figures by looking at our planned growth rate as well as the fluctuation rate, which is common for the industries. Our technical team will grow from currently 4 employees to 8 employees. Therefore, we are able to cope with the rising numbers of our cars while still providing technical excellence and perfect services. For our operating team, which is currently consisting of 3 teams, which will be expanded to 5 teams, will bring us the advantage that we are able to host more events simultaneously while still having a look at the customer satisfaction. The current software team is consisting of 3 people and will be extended to very ambitious software developers of 5. Therefore, we can support the continued improvement and maintenance of our autonomous system and the safety to ensure the safety of all of our participants. The corporate facility management and safety team is currently consisting of 4 employees and will be growing to 8. This growth will ensure the smooth operation of our venture and provide a safe and comfortable environment for all of our attendees at our facility.
We believe that a diverse and talented workforce is key to our success. Therefore, we use many recruitment platforms to reach our potential candidates from diverse demographics. Our website serves as the central hub for our job offerings, while our social media channels showcase our inclusive work environment. We actively engage with potential candidates through professional networks such as Xing or LinkedIn. Additionally, we use channels such as from student teams and alumni. We know that attracting and retaining top talent requires more than just high pay. Our employee incentives focus on personal and professional development. Our holding offers workshops and mentorship programs that enable our employees to improve their skills. We invest in team building activities that promote collaboration, foster open communication, and strengthen trust between team members. Our weekly meetings provide an open platform for all employees to share their perspectives, suggest approaches and provide feedback on ongoing projects.
Dear Vorstand members of Keep Fighting, together we give everyone the opportunity to experience racing and not just watch it from outside. Thank you.
Thank you for this presentation, and I would like to ask again everyone, also those who are at the back of the catering tent, to please be silent, because it's very disturbing. If it's disturbing for the judges, I guess it's more disturbing for those who are presenting, so please respect the hard work that all this team put into everything to be able to present here today. So the next team presenting will be Autorace from Dresden.
What would you answer if I ask you what the most important elements for your company's success are? Could it be your employees and the strong relationship that you build between them and your company? Well, it should be. Because let me explain to you why this is so important. Because over 93% of small and medium-sized enterprises in Germany face an annual employee turnover rate of 37%, resulting in 78 days of job vacancies and costs of 27,000 euros per vacancy. Similar, over 61% of employees in Germany face job dissatisfaction, resulting in 3.5 million resignations and 2.3 million job seekers each year. Sounds somehow frightening to you, right? But I think we got the perfect solution for the problem. Christian?
That's why it's time for a change. It's time for iHire to revolutionize the online recruitment landscapes. Dear investors, we warmly welcome you to iHire. In order to demonstrate the potential, we will firstly introduce ourselves, and then we will guide you through our product, the website. This is directly followed by our market, our marketing strategy, an overview of our finances and your investment. But first, let me introduce us to you. We are a passionate team of 10 employees and 4 founders, with myself, Christian Heim, the CFO, and Alina Cialas, our CEO. We founded the UR GmbH back in 2014 in Hesse and sold the shares of our first product for 3 million euros in 2021. But we wanted more. We wanted to keep innovating, and that's why we started designing and building iHire. But before we get to where we want to be, in 2024, we need you to invest 1 million euros for a 25% share. But what exactly is iHire? Well, Alina, it's time to put this question to rest.
Sure, nothing better than that, Christian. iHire is an online recruitment software that matches companies with the most suitable job seekers. This is done by comparing the needs of both parties. The unique feature, iHire uses deep learning technology to analyze the soft skills of job seekers based on their exchanged messages. This enables us to achieve a 41% higher matching rate than our competitors. But to understand how that works exactly, let's get started from the perspective of a job seeker. So the registration with iHire is simple. You start by entering your personal information, followed by choosing 1 out of 6 work departments and filling out 2 questionnaires, called basic requirements and further experience. Once you have completed this step, your dashboard appears. At this point, you see your task and the team you will be working with. Your task? A digital race car manufacturer is calling for your help. You and your team, consisting of the total of the 6 work departments, are conducted to help. You help the digital race car manufacturer in finally completing the vehicle. So let's get back to the car. The digital vehicle is the core of all 6 work departments and your tasks. It is called ROS to the third. It consists of almost 14,000 components, 22 assembly groups, and 7 component departments. Depending on your work department, you will either operate directly on the digital vehicle as an IT specialist in the path planning, or as a business operator by planning around the vehicle through handling marketing and sales. Now, so far, so good. But there's one more thing. The assessment of the job seeker's soft skills is based on their messages exchanged in their private and group chats. It is therefore necessary to create as much interaction as possible to get enough data that can be evaluated. Therefore, each job seeker is assigned a personal mentor to chat with. But this is not a real person, this is a chatbot. By using a chatbot, we got somebody who's steadily asking our job seekers how they're doing and how they're feeling in their team. But our job seekers don't know that this is a chatbot. Why? Because the communication must be as natural as possible. Out of this reason, we trained our chatbot over a period of 6 months. I already spoke about the analysis. Let's explain it in further detail. Our job seekers' messages run as input into our deep learning architecture model. There, they pass through several stages where they're analyzed and then categorized. The assigned output can be put into 1 out of 5 soft skill characteristics, like empathy or problem solving, for example. Based on the frequency and rating of the individual words, they determine the level of the soft skills. But now, you may have heard it, we're going to seek a lot of personal information from our job seekers and companies. That's why we will comply with the General Data Protection Regulation in the EU. By using our server in Germany, transparency and privacy policy due to data processing, reduced retention periods, and anonymization. All these features that I just mentioned enable us to achieve a total match rate of 78%. That's why iHire doesn't just find a match.
It finds the perfect match between job seekers and small and medium-sized enterprises in Germany. Therefore, we are starting with our serviceable, addressable, obtainable market, with addressing around 2.3 million job seekers and around 327,000 job ads from companies. Moving on from this, we are extending the 6 work departments with simulation, logistics, and finance. If we have a look at our total addressable market, we will additionally serve the areas of research and development and administration. So at the end, we will count around 6.2 million job seekers and around 840,000 job ads from companies.
Christian, this is a nice amount of some numbers, but how do we further convince these 2 customer groups that we are the best for their business?
Good question, but easy to answer. To understand what makes us unique, let's compare iHire to our main competitors, which are headhunters, online job platforms such as LinkedIn or Startstrom, and online HR assessment providers like Harvard. Our technology is similar to those of online HR assessment providers. But unlike many of our competitors, our job ads run as long as it takes to fill the vacancy. Also, with 45 euros per job ad, our pricing is highly competitive. On the other side, we acknowledge that the range of industries we serve is slightly limited for now. Nevertheless, what truly distinguishes us is our match rate, which is, as already mentioned, up to 41% higher. All in all, it's a synergy of all these areas that makes us unique. And that's why our goal for 2028 is a 9% market share.
To reach this goal that Christian mentioned, we start our marketing campaign already in the second half of 2023. Therefore, we start acquiring both customer groups, job seekers and companies with SEO marketing. Then we further divide them. With our job seekers, we mainly focus on social media marketing and our mobile app. With our companies, we will go on content marketing and job fairs. But acquiring is not everything. We also need to retain our customers. This will be done with both groups, job seekers and companies, through monthly updates about their match rankings, personalized communication, and loyalty bonuses if they stay for a longer time with us. But now, after all this amount of some good facts, it's time for some better figures now. Christian?
Sure. By selling over 327,000 job ads to companies at the price of 45 euros each, we expect a revenue of around 14.7 million euros. After deducting costs of around 12 million euros, a profit of 2.9 million euros after 5 years results. This leads to a return on invest of 14.4% per year and a break-even after 29 months. And even in the worst case, we still accomplish a 3.2 return on invest and a break-even after 32 months. But back to our costs for a moment. Our biggest costs over the next 5 years are pretty clear. Our people with 43%, our marketing with 15%, our IT infrastructure with 11%, and the software with 13%.
And now, as you heard, our biggest cost factor are our people, but they're also our biggest factor to our company's success. In 2023, we will start with the amount of 14 employees and reach up in the year 2027 to 16. So now let's take a closer look how we want to attract them, because we are dividing them into 3 groups. We got working students, freelancers, and permanent employees. With our working students, we mainly focus on a good cooperation with universities and student groups. Our freelancers, we mainly attract them through the use of job ad postings on platforms like Tapo. And let's take a closer look on our permanent employees. Therefore, we will get in touch with them at the first sight. And where we can do this at the best, it's a specialized trade fairs. But you already may heard it. Acquiring is not everything. We also need to retain our employees. Christian, how are we going to do that?
So as the best employer for their career and personal development, we offer those benefits to our employees. A pay rise every 3 years, company shares for our permanently employed employees, trainings through workshops, corporate events like summer and Christmas parties, a welcome package for every employee, mobility flat rate, and also, of course, the working equipment. And finally, they will also have the chance to improve the company's atmosphere by giving feedback or bringing in their own idea. So that's what we offer to our employees. But what do we offer to you? As you have heard, building iHire is expensive. Our initial investment of 3 million euros will not be sufficient to finance everything. Therefore, we need you and your investment of 1 million euros for a 25% share. 50% will be used for the developer salaries, 40% for the AI licenses, and 10% for the server costs, all in the year 2023. But after all this information, let us recap what we've said and you've heard.
Of course. iHire is revolutionizing through the use of deep learning technology to analyze the soft skills of job seekers based on their exchanged messages. iHire is attractive through its market potential of over 6 million job seekers and over 800,000 companies. iHire is captivating through the unique experience of working on a digital race car in a totally new environment. iHire is profitable for an ROI of plus 72% after 5 years, and it's break-even after 29 months. iHire is for you, 1 million euros for a 25% share. iHire in general is recruitment rethought. And now let's catch up, scan the code, and get to our website. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thanks.
Thank you as well for your presentation. And now we are finishing up our DV teams and also starting our EV teams with green team.
Ich fange an mit der Präsentation. Microphone is on?
Yes. Microphone is working.
Hi, it's me, Max Sönig, and this is Mathis Bachler. In the next few minutes, we will take you through the pulse of time of modern mobility. We are two experienced engineers deeply immersed in the world of electric batteries, thanks to our involvement in Formula Student in Stuttgart, pioneers of electric racing who push the limits and open up new frontiers.
We ask for a business idea, 320,000 euros. And you have the chance to get an investment of up to 280% within the next 5 years.
In the next few minutes, we will convince you by introducing you to our unique product, showing you its market, demonstrating how we're going to reach our customers, and revealing our financials to ensure that your investment is safe with us. Reward. The Reward mission is solving the biggest limitation of electric mobility. Reward fast charges your electric car where it was never possible before. Reward your most sustainable way to charge an electric car.
Here's how it works. We take the models of race car batteries, disassembling them, testing them, rewiring them for a specific use, and at the end, fully repurpose the already used battery cells into new accumulator packs. Combining multiple packs, we create one powerful charging station. By repurposing prototype race car batteries, we harness their power to rapidly store and unleash electric energy on demand. You might ask, what's the difference? Usually, a fast charging station requires elaborated grid infrastructure with high voltage supply lines and highly expensive transformers. But here's the spark. Our product can be effortlessly plugged into any standard grid connection. Just like a bucket in the rain that collects water to nurture all your plants for a greener future, our charging cube harvests electrical energy from the grid to rapidly deploy to fast charge your next electric vehicles. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our charging cube.
This is the answer to make fast charging possible for everyone or any time where the grid normally does not allow it. There is no need digging holes into the ground and going through the beautiful bureaucratic structures of the respective region any longer. Coupled with its use of second life race car batteries, this truly represents a holistic commitment to sustainability. Additionally, the modular structure allows us tailoring the capacity to meet the customer's need. Its portable design facilitates quick and easy setup. So whether you find yourself at the vibrant atmosphere of, for example, Rock am Ring, or simply in your local town where fast charging was previously unavailable, the practicality of the cube will benefit you because it is a revolution of the market.
Yes, EV charging stations are rapidly expanding. With an average of 1 million charging processes per week in Germany alone, the need for our technology is obvious.
And the trend?
Strongly increasing. As you can see, with an annual growth rate of 12% over the last 6 years, they're the basic prerequisite for the electric mobility revolution. Implemented by over 2,000 operators and countless more suppliers. They're all potential customers. But with an average of 23 electric vehicles per charging station in Germany, the demand is outpacing supply.
To even keep up with this trend, 3 times as many new charging stations are needed each year.
However, to get a full picture of our business, it is not enough to look at our strengths and the opportunities of the market we already presented. Because our product does have some weak points we want to be transparent about. When operating the Cube in an outdoor setting, challenges which might occur are the logistics of the Cube due to its weight and the availability of sufficient power supply to charge up the Cube. But these can be easily mitigated by proper communication with our customers. However, the most pressing issue for business are the sales, as we use second life cells from Formula Student batteries. First, the number of cells in the market is limited. Second, as teams use different cells, we need to adapt our design accordingly. Third, there might be the problem that some of the used cells are already broken. To tackle the issue of the broken cells, we have a modular design in place, taking advantage of the standard sizes of round cells and the fact that 80% of FS teams are using just 7 different sizes of pouch cells. These cells are tested by measuring their capacity, internal resistance, and state of health. And to make sure that we have enough cells for our cubes in the future, we will extend our supply beyond Formula Student and also take care of other racing series like Formula E.
Despite those challenges, our market analysis predicts a wide range of customers. We will focus on events, businesses, and cities. Especially events are a great opportunity to showcase our technology while already generating rental income. In the long term, we are focusing on cities in the south of Europe, as their charging infrastructure has most catching up to do, given that 50% of the charging stations in the EU are located in Germany and Netherlands, and strict requirements for combustion cars are already there and getting more and more intense. For a quick market penetration, we implemented a comprehensively marketing strategy. We're attending trade shows as the Battery World, focusing on well-attended festivals with emphasis of sustainability, and working together with industry-renowned social media influencers like Alexander Bloch from Auto Motorsport. Those efforts ensure widespread and rapid awareness of Revolt among our target audience.
But most companies think in terms of marketing, just in terms of acquiring customers. But this is just one side of the equation, as acquiring employees is equally as valuable.
Going back to our beginning, back in January 2023, when building our first prototype, it was just us 2 and a production worker.
But there are more employees. We will expand by using a production leader and a customer success manager, because we need someone who follows the client from the beginning, from the conception phase, drawing up the capacity to the final product. And finally, we have a business development person for marketing and sales. To achieve the vision of our team, we are using a targeted group-oriented strategy, using social media such as LinkedIn, but also new solutions such as industry-leading startup iHire from Dresden. Second, we are drawing upon our network from university and the Formula Student community, as they have already experience with our batteries and can have the necessary safety requirements in place. Finally, a lack of motivation and purpose has left many young professionals from the Gen Z generation frustrated, and we are capitalizing on that. Because hiring is even more expensive, we have a four-pillared retaining strategy in place. First, identifying yourself with the Revolt mission, technology and sustainability. Second, seeing unique insights in the startup culture, touching all areas of the company, getting outside of your head and thinking outside of the box. Third, being appreciated in a small team because every contribution counts. And finally, rationally, a tariff-bound, competitive salary with salary benefits on top. But that's not a look inside the company. Let's look beyond our company. What's out there, Matthias?
Yes. The electric charging stations, demand of electric charging stations is skyrocketed through the last couple of years. So it's no wonder that several new competing concepts have entered the market alongside classical fast charging systems. Car manufacturers, as well as highly mobile battery stores as SparkCharge, have seen their chance to improve the overall user experience by different concepts. The automotive industry is focusing on a luxurious charging experience, while SparkCharge even drives your emergency accumulator pack directly to you. Classical charging stations face major problems. The installation is more expensive than the station itself. Books of bureaucratic rules, time consumption from application to commissioning. The best solution? Add a buffer, reduce the maximum power input, and everything along that.
The SparkCharge concept misses an important aspect of electric transport, sustainability. In their use case, batteries are heavily stressed, so using second life batteries is not an option. On top of that, SparkCharge neither addresses the long-term infrastructure problem, nor is very green at all, considering the heavy batteries need to be driven to you. We at Revoid identified not only the shortcomings of SparkCharge, but also of the OEMs and classical charging situations. We offer an economically unbeatable package by utilizing existing components and speeding up the overall charging situation for everyone. Revoid emphasizes the need to bring the electric battery storage to the user, ensuring convenience and accessibility. Therefore, we position ourselves in the market right in between premium stationary solutions by the OEM and highly mobile solutions like SparkCharge. But I'm pretty sure now you're interested in how that vision can turn into reality. We're seeking a part ownership for 320,000 euros in exchange for 20% equity. This investment is the basis for expanding our manufacturing and scaling up production to meet customer demand. We're aiming for market entry in 2024 for serious production. First, we rely on a decentralized renting service, presenting the Cube in as many locations as possible. Second, with the subsequent sales launch, we ensure high demand for a revolutionary concept. Third, we will extend our business by selling advertisement space on Cubes.
By the end of 2024, our forecast assumes a total annual profit of approximately 360,000 euros. In the most likely scenario, we're anticipating reaching the break-even point in Q2 2025. In a more conservative scenario, where the influences of our marketing strategy will be seen later, resulting in a delayed market entry, the break-even point may be delayed up to 5 quarters. Nevertheless, we are optimistic about a forecast in the optimal case, focusing more and more on advertising and increasing our sales. The specific goal? To increase the total annual profit by the end of 2028 up to 2.2 million euros. An analysis of our costs and expenses reveals where our primary expense lies. 40% of our costs are production costs, followed up by operating, labor, and marketing costs.
Mattes emphasized the importance of production cost. Therefore, efficiency plays a key role in the optimization process. By streamlining our work processes and increasing the expertise of our employees, this results in a learning effect. We are seeing a reduction of labor costs per unit by about 20% every time production doubles. Even accounting for different rates of inflation, we're seeing a reduction of costs per unit by up to 40% in the most likely scenario after 3 years.
And the performance for you in our part ownership?
A steadily growing turnover of up to 1 million euros per quarter and a return of investment of up to 280% after 5 years. Beyond this investment period, you decide whether you want to stay with Revoid or get your well-deserved payout. But still not convinced? Today we are inviting you exclusively to come to our headquarters in Stuttgart and try out our first prototype at Messe Stuttgart. Be a part of the charging revolution, be a partner at Revoid. Thank you.
Thank you, Green Team. We reached half of the finals and we are getting again a little bit louder than needed. So again, please respect those who are on the stage and presenting. And with that, our second EV presenter is Youwin.
you. The presenter? Ah, thank you.
Sorry.
No, no worries. I was just confused.
Thank you.
Magst du?
Mir ist wurscht. Geht's?
Think back to your childhood. You and your family are sitting around the table and having a great time playing your favorite board game. But here now, how often do you actually find yourself doing this? At Racing Zone, we are on a mission to reunite the spirit of those unforgettable experiences by taking the beloved concept of board games to new heights and infusing it with a high-speed race. My name is Simon Briller, CMO.
And I'm Lisa Wittmeier, CEO.
And after years of experience in traditional board game development, we want to create a first-of-its-kind experience by combining the thrill of motorsports with the fun of board games and scaling it up to life size. For a €260,000 investment, you have the chance to be part of this unique venture with a discounted payback period of just 3.8 years and a 5-year return of 44%. Today, we will walk you through our game concept, potential market, marketing strategy, competitive positioning, equipment management, growth strategy, and finally, our financial outlook. So join us for a detailed dive into our vision.
At Racing Zone, we are combining the challenging puzzle elements of escape rooms with high-tech racing simulations. Situated right in central Vienna, our game room features 4 pits and simulators, accommodating 2 to 6 players each. Inspired by traditional board games, the pit crew will have to solve a random series of real-life problems and unlock technical improvements for their race car. Switching tires in record speed or fixing the broken radio connection are just a part of the challenges awaiting the players, which we will also continuously update. At the same time, their performance on these challenges directly impacts the simulator, which the team members take turns driving. The driver will be able to feel a positive shift in the setup of the car, or even lose some power, all depending on how well the game challenges are solved. With all of this, the 4 teams compete against each other in a 90-minute feat to get the most out of their race car, the Edge 14, and become overall winner of the Formula Student season. Now is the time to make this vision a reality. Gathering friends and family to play a board game are fond memories for countless people. Collaborative games that foster personal connections are as popular as ever today. But not only that. Having finally moved past the isolating pandemic times, the world is eager to explore out-of-home entertainment again. Simultaneously, customers are not just satisfied with mindless amusement anymore. They want to be challenged in ways that let them explore new skills and environments. And finally, there is no better time to launch a motorsports-themed game than now, with the popularity of Formula 1 and esports being on a constant rise. All of these opportunities are findings from our PESA analysis, which we conducted to thoroughly understand the macro environment Racing Zone is operating in. First, we collected data from expert reports and statistics. Then, we scored the potential impact of the factors on our business and developed mitigation and exploitation strategies for the found reasons. In addition to setting key risk indicators to alert us for any potential needed actions. Let us have a look at some of our results. The Austrian business landscape is dominated by SMEs like us, so we are prepared to apply for frequently launched supportive measures. However, our home country is struggling with a high inflation rate, which is why it is necessary to thoroughly understand the challenges in the market and keep an eye on any deviations from our financial plans. Also, the population in Vienna is aging, so it is crucial for us to position ourselves as an activity for players of all ages. Technologically, we're exploiting the direct access to an industry cluster in Vienna for our equipment, and legally, we can rely on a concise and clear framework. And finally, we found that carbon part recycling is still a large issue for businesses, which is why we are initiating a partnership with an Austrian startup to improve on this issue. With all of this in mind, we set out to determine the concrete potential of our game room in Vienna. Out of 2 million locals, roughly 15% are estimated to be motorsports fans, while about half of the population is interested in physical gaming experiences, determined by either having played or wanting to play an escape room in their free time or as a company team building.
out of 2.3 million tourists visiting Vienna annually, almost 60% are expected to have either of these interests. So in total, this reveals a staggering 2.5 million potential customers ready to be won over by the captivating Racing Zone experience.
To reach these potential customers, we have created a powerful multi-channel marketing strategy. Social media and online advertising allows us to run personalized campaigns on every popular platform, as well as on search engines and via email. While out-of-home measures, such as posters and screens in highly frequented areas, offer an even broader reach beyond digital natives. Additionally, we are launching advertising campaigns tailored to our target customers. To engage motorsports enthusiasts, we will be hosting several giveaways throughout the year for Formula One or driving experience tickets. To reach tourists, we will be active. We're setting up a strong presence on popular travel platforms such as TripAdvisor, and are collaborating with selected travel agencies to actively promote our experience to their customers. And finally, to amplify the awareness among escape room fans, we will be active on conventions and online forums dedicated to game experiences. To determine our position in the Viennese market, we analyzed the main competing alternatives accessible to our target customers. First, we have out-of-home games, including escape rooms and laser tag, which excel in fostering social interaction and can be found in prime locations all over the city. Second, karting offers the real-life thrill of racing, but is rather expensive in Vienna. And the best tracks are also a far drive from the city. Third, simulators are a cheaper and immersive way to experience the adrenaline rush of racing, although they are not suitable for groups. And finally, especially with targeting tourists, we are competing with technology-enhanced activities like VR tours or 5D museums. Even though Racing Zone may not be the cheapest offering on the market, our price-performance ratio is unmatched, as we combine all of our competitors' strength in one experience. We stand out as the only game experience in the entire world featuring physical challenges and virtual racing. Racing Zone is also the only life-size board game in the EU, and it's here to revolutionize the way we play. Our customers will be gripped by a unique blend of cooperative and competitive aspects. And with our distinctive racing theme, they will feel like a true former student champion. And like this, we are converting our prospects into actual customers and expect up to 20,000 players annually, with a split of 40% motorsport enthusiasts, 20% tourists, and 40% escape room fans. However, we also identified potential pain points of Racing Zone, with the biggest being our dependency on our physical game equipment, and address this with an equipment management plan. To source all mechanical and electric components of the Edge 14, we contract manufacturers. To prevent damages, all components are manufactured with a strong focus on durability, players are instructed on how to handle them, and end-of-day inspections are implemented to spot potential issues early on. And to reduce downtime, we have spare parts of each component available and an agreement with the maintenance provider to service all issues within just 48 hours. And finally, to anticipate future breakdowns, we are setting up an asset tracking system. With our unique business idea, we are ready to embark on an exciting growth journey. After 2 successful years of operations and delivering our proof of concept, we are introducing a real former student monocoque to our simulators, which provides an even more lifelike racing experience. And with your help, we aim to continue our success story even further by launching 2 franchising establishments across Austria before expanding to Europe's most motorsport fanatic cities.
The basis for our concept is a strong team. As CEO and CMO, we will be leading the operations at Racing Zone. Additionally, we will be hiring 2 game masters that will take care of the daily operations in the game room, as well as 1 weekend assistant to help out. Since we are outsourcing the technical setup and maintenance to a contractor, and we will be working on the game challenges ourselves, we're focusing on people with a strong focus on excellent customer service. For our recruiting, we'll be doing online advertising, as well as having a subpage for careers on our webpage. If this should not be enough, we are prepared to post online job advertisements also on our social media and reach out directly to individuals interested in motorsports and gaming on LinkedIn. To position ourselves as attractive employers, we will be giving out free vouchers every month to employees, as well as give them branded company attire. Additionally, every 3 months, all employees will play newly developed game challenges together in order to foster team spirit, gain a deeper understanding of the game, and provide feedback on the challenges themselves. Also, we will be doing frequent feedback rounds to provide a positive workplace for everyone. However, we cannot expect that we will lose no employees, so we are preparing for fluctuations. As our game master and weekend assistant job are expected to be popular side jobs for students, we're expecting a turnover of 1.5 to 2 years. Additionally, we will be hiring a head of development before doing our expansion, who will take care of all franchising matters for us. Then, finally, we are also kind of preparing for unplanned circumstances by always having an availability for short-term notice overtime work hours of all employees should anyone drop out due to sickness or other reasons. Today, you have the opportunity to join us on this thrilling journey. Your investment of €260,000 for a 39% share in our business would kickstart our venture by covering our administrative and advertising costs for our first year of operations, as well as a large portion of our inventory costs. We, as the founders, will take over the rest of the inventory expenses, as well as the costs for staff, premises, and operations, which brings the total initial capital needed to €660,000. Our well-thought-out business model translates into a highly profitable long-term investment for you, based on our steadily growing revenue stream. In our predicted case, our profits will be averaging €365,000 each year. In an optimistic scenario, this number would even surpass €390,000, while in a more conservative projection, we will be looking at just below €330,000. But even in this case, we can still guarantee you the profitability of your investment. With this performance of our predicted base case, your investment will break even in just 3.8 years, considering both risk and inflation, and give you a return of 44% after just 5 years. To summarize, a €260,000 investment will give you a 39% share in Racing Zone and present you with a 3.8-year discounted payback period and a 44% ROI after just 5 years. Get ready to revolutionize the world of immersive gaming. We are combining physical challenges with virtual racing, are offering the only motorsports-themed gaming experience in our area, and are innovating the classic and beloved concept of board games. Therefore, together, let's accelerate towards success.
And we are reaching our last EV presenting team from Daft.
In my family, we have this joke that our family car is turning into our 5th family member. This might sound really silly, but depending on how you look at it, it's actually kind of true. My parents bought this car long before I was born, and it has been there for all the major milestones in my life. This is the car that brought me home from the hospital when I was a baby, just a few hours old. It brought me to my first day of school, and years later, it even helped me move out when I started university in Delft. It shows us how a car is more than just a vehicle that brings you to your destination. It carries memories within as well. Now, years later, I finally have my driver's license, and it really feels like it's my turn to finally make new memories with this car that already brought me so many good ones. There's only one slight problem. The car doesn't drive anymore, and it's getting harder and harder to fix what is broken.
And that's not the only problem that classical cars are facing. We as a society are moving more and more towards a more sustainable future. And with that come zero-emission zones. Zones that classical cars can no longer enter.
Revamp Automotive offers a solution for both problems by exchanging the dirty, old combustion engine for a clean electric one. All this without exchanging the exterior of the car to maintain its historical heritage. My name is Florentine Delacour, CEO.
And I'm Joris Lans, CFO.
Today, I'd like to show you how we envision classic cars in a changing world. Revamp Automotive offers a solution that is very much in line with the new green policies that are being introduced all over the world right now. We're going to show you how we plan to achieve this by presenting our finances and growth plan. Every year, the results of climate change are becoming more and more clear. And to combat this, new green policies are being introduced all over the world. All this for the single goal so that the next generation is to enjoy planet Earth just as we and past generations have done. A great example of a policy like this is the Declaration of Glasgow. This declaration is a means to accelerate the implementation of zero-emission vehicles. As a result, zero-emission zones will be introduced all over Europe in the next 5 to 10 years. Initiatives like these are great. However, there's one slight problem. Old-timers, classic cars, won't be able to drive around freely anymore. For our market segmentation, we've calculated that just in the Netherlands alone, 600,000 classic cars won't be able to drive around freely anymore due to these new green policies. In addition to that, we've calculated that 60,000 classic cars currently aren't able to drive anymore at all. Revamp Automotive is a company located in the Netherlands, and our company is project-based. This means we really fit to the customer's needs. As a company, we recognize that each car is very different, and because of this, we like to offer a personal touch. We do this by having a sit-down moment with each separate client, so together we can figure out the best way on how to electrify their classic car. To do this, we've created a modular kit consisting of motor controllers and motors developed by Formula Student Team Daft. Lastly, we have our own research developments. Our engineers are always looking for ways to improve and innovate our own Formula Student Team Daft technology. This way, we can be sure that we always are able to offer our clients the best, most up-to-date technology for their classic vehicle. Now, let's have a look at what an electrification package consists of. We start off using the Formula Student Team Daft developed motor controllers and motors. Next, we use a modified accumulator directly from the TU Delft race car. It's modified to still be really efficient, but just a bit more comfortable for a classic sports car. All this, so in the end, we are able to present our clients with a fully electrified classic sports car. We plan to reach our audience by reaching out directly to classic car clubs. We do this not only to build new connections, but also to build a trustworthy and well-respected reputation within those communities. Aside from that, we plan collaborations with classic car resellers to gain access to an even bigger audience. Of course, we share all successful projects on social media. Now that we've established what our company is about, we've conducted a SWOT analysis to gain insights on what our strengths and weaknesses are as a company and what outside threats and opportunities might be able to have an impact. Based on this, we've created two scenarios. The first scenario is based on an opportunity where we still have the most left to gain. For us, this is keeping up with technological advancements. Our biggest weakness are the high conversion costs. To be constantly innovating has a very high cost. However, we've noticed that over time, the more conversions we have done, the more information we will have in our own research and development center. This means that automatically, over the time, the cost per conversion per car will lower as well. Our strength where we need to improve is our environmental consciousness. Revamp Automotive chooses their research partners strategically, so we can always be sure that our goals are aligned when it comes to environmental friendly production. The second scenario is based on the threat, with the biggest negative impacts. For us, this is the increasing of intense competition within the market. Our biggest weakness is brand awareness. We need to stand out from the competition, and for this we use our talented marketing team to share our story. Revamp Automotive makes technology for classic car lovers by classic car lovers. The strength where we need to focus on is our automotive heritage. While we recognize that some competitors might be able to do conversion quicker than we do, at Revamp Automotive we value quality over a rush job, and we believe our clients value the same. Now Joris will present our finances and growth plan.
Thank you, Florentine. So, just as Florentine has already discussed before, we have a major threat when it comes to a more competitive market. But we also see another threat appearing. As introduced before, we see these zero-emission zones slowly expand more and more throughout Europe. We expect this trend to continue throughout the entirety of Europe, and that's why we've planned a twofold expansion plan. First of all, we will focusing more of our marketing towards the entirety of Europe following year 6, making sure that not only Dutch citizens are able to get the electrification they want, but the entirety of Europe. And secondly, we will be expanding into the DIY kit market. We will take our electrification packet and modify it to be a DIY kit that a customer can fit themselves into their car. This makes it such that keeping your heritage is available to everyone. And we sure need a talented team behind us to make sure that we're actually able to do it. Each part of our business is as important as the other. Our general employees, our marketing employees, our engineers and our mechanics. It's important that you split these into two separate groups, the seniors and the juniors, as they each have different needs, requirements and a way to recruit them. We see that for our young talents, we want to make sure that they are problem-oriented, that they're able to handle a challenge, and that they can find creative solutions. We're able to do this because not by looking at normal university students, but at looking at students that participate in student challenges, such as the Eco Marathon or Formula Student. For the senior talent, we see that we want to make sure that they have experience within the business, that they want a variety in their job, and that they really have goals towards a more sustainable future. We will get to know them at all the different major conventions throughout the world. To make sure that they stay with us, we need to make sure that we are competitive as any other. So we need to make sure that we have a dynamic working environment, as we not only want to teach them their normal skill set, but also want to be able for them to develop outside of their normal skill set. We also want to make sure that our personal values as a business always align with their personal values throughout multiple evaluation ceremonies throughout the year. And lastly, we will have a basic set of employee benefits ranging from a housing support program to a health and wellness association. But how are we actually able to achieve this? We're asking you for a total investment of 600,000 euros for a 33% stake in Revamp Automotive. And together with 250,000 that Florentine and I will provide, we will make sure that everything surrounding Revamp Automotive is set up correctly. The majority of the investment will be spent on our offices and workshop, as we want to make sure that we always have enough room for our electrification, as well as have all the equipment to be able to produce in-house and produce safely. The second majority share of the investment will be spent on our stock, as we want to make sure that our clients never have to suffer from the supply chain status of the world and have their heritage with them as much as possible. And thirdly, a majority part of the investment will be spent on our hardware research and development, as we always need to make sure that we have the top-of-the-line components for our clients. We will even be using a Formula Student Team Daft car as a test bench for our components. And how do we actually see this entail? We expect a total sales of about 10 in our first year of operations for the electrification packages, slowly expanding to a total of about 62 in year 7, just before we start selling the DIY kits. Once we start selling those, we expect the total sales for our DIY packages of about 650, which slowly expands over time. For our electrification package, we were asking a total for the four-wheel drive version of 120,000 euros. And for the complete package of the DIY kit, we will be asking a total of 15,000 euros. Looking at our unique selling points, we are able to convert any car. This is not easy, but we're really proud that we're able to do it. Secondly, we use self-developed parts. Also not something you see every day, and we need to make sure that we always have to keep them the best of the best. Thirdly, we are in a competitive price range. As you can see on the top with the bar, we're about in the middle of our competitors. And our most unique selling point, we are a European-based mainland company, which we're the only one of. So we have a really good market. If you look at our revenue generated over a total of 10 years, you see that 70% of our revenue is generated by the electrification packages. And with your initial investment of 600,000 euros, you'll see that you hit a break-even point following year 3 in Q3. And by the end of 8 years, have a total return of investment of 524%. We want to make sure that the old generation of cars can give the new generation of people a way to make new memories. Because at Rivenbouw Automotive, classic meets the future.
Thank you very much, Daft. And now we are starting the combustion teams with Fsupv.
Hola, hola. Have you ever bought an online product and not received what you expected? It has happened to all of us at some point or another, and it can be frustrating. Shopping has supposedly gotten easier now that we don't have to leave our couch. But for customers who want to get hands-on with their product before adding it to their cart, it can be frustrating. To make it truly easier, industry must facilitate open communication and product transparency. Today, we present an ambitious but tangible business idea that was born from relentless market research in our need to help you, me, and us as everyday customers. I am Mark Ferrara, CEO, and my colleague is Noah Borras, Chief Marketing Officer. And with the rest of the team, we have founded RView. RView is the innovative extension of advertisement and marketing, whose integrity and extreme limit testing will make you race to RView. RView is a business dedicated to the content creation about the products surrounding motorsport and engineering spheres.
We have partnered with Amazon to highlight their new feature, Amazon Influencers, which helps content creators like us to connect and inspire the audience with trusted recommendations. Potential customers can easily access our Amazon storefront, which holds a collection of our videos, live stream, and most importantly, RView tested products.
Now, to propel RView forward, we're asking for an initial investment of €500,000 in exchange for company shares. As well as a valued investor, you will get special discounts on affiliated products, as well as priority product testing and special event access. The unique protagonist capable of pushing a product to its limits is the Fsupv 10, with its full carbon fiber monocoque and suspension, an 87 horsepower engine, while reaching a CLA of 4.6. In order to get the most accurate data, our sensor is fully sensored and equipped with our self-developed EDQ system, which helps us to evaluate the technical aspect as well as the full performance of the products. In order to better understand how this business is worthwhile, we conducted an exhaustive market analysis. Our potential market was defined by a statistical study, which helped us to relate the number of people who meet 3 requirements. First, they have bought online once in their lifetime. Second, they make normal use of social media. And last, they have or are influenced by our review. 9.8 million people is our total addressable market, making a potent market ready to grow. 6.8 million people is our service addressable market, which we can acquire through our business model. And last, our service obtainable market is 200,000 people. as we understand that we cannot capture 100% of the service addressable market, and we also consider competitors in the industry. Our short-term growth target is defined by our service optimal market. And with these three metrics together, we show how much opportunity we have in the content creation market during our business growth.
Next, we analyze our company's competitiveness in order to have a better idea of our situation both inside and outside. Our views lie in the abundance of partnership opportunities, its audience engagement, and the transparency, which earns the trust of the viewers. However, we do depend heavily on Amazon's during our view's early stages, and maintaining impartiality with sponsored content is difficult and might affect viewer relationship. But our view brings in endless opportunities, as global expansion is easier being an online company. We also enjoy lower taxation and can generate special offers in the market all around the globe. However, there are still some threats to keep in mind, as the volatile revenues, the algorithm changes, or the high competition, being very difficult to create content that distinguishes from other competitors in the industry. So, going further into these threats, we have performed a risk analysis evaluation in order to find solutions for those most likely to happen. Volatile revenues can affect both our budget and our liquidity, for either erroneously estimating our future profits due to fluctuations or not being able to meet short-term financial demands. That's why we plan on diversifying our sources of income so as not to depend solely on a single one. Also, keeping a good strategy in monitoring and ensuring that we are prepared for any external changes at all times. Next, as we all know, social media is unpredictable, and algorithm changes are more than likely to happen. That's why a good strategy has to be taken into account. For us, being constant with the video uploads and constantly renovating content is crucial for keeping our audience engaged. The last market analysis we carried out was directly related to our business competitors. Our most popular rival, Donut Media, as being the most popular review channel, it lacks a little bit of the innovation factor and leaves always aside the technical aspect. The opposite happens with The Deal Guy or Hot Deals Express, who have less audience participation and overall less activity. So, once this information is given, let's look backwards. The key point is not what we offer, but who we offer a product to and how we can make a daily impact on their lives. Let me introduce you to our buyer persona, Caitlin and Xavier. Xavier, he's an engineering student who is finishing up his degree and has a passion for completing projects at home. And Caitlin, she's a mom with a full-time job who has a no-nonsense policy when it comes to online shopping. They just both want to know what actually works. So, in order to reach this type of clients, our company publishes on various social media to try to adapt to different demographic social media preferences. All this content leads back to our partnership with Amazon, who is relying on us to spotlight their new feature. That's why we have received a distinctive spot on the webpage, driving down our customers' acquisition cost. Our mutualistic relationship with Amazon let us beat down at $35,000 the first year for our marketing cost, as most of our promotion is done in our newest page.
By constantly monitoring and adjusting our market plan is an important part of our business. Our well-conceived market plan starts with exhaustively calculated gross benefits. The gross benefits are distributed as follows. 20% go for the return of our investors. 70% stays in our view, and the remaining 10% are placed into our reserve fund. We prepared this budget just in case there is an abnormal fluctuation in the income, just to ensure the viability of the company. In order to make our view possible, the costs are distributed into human cost, fixed cost, variable cost, and punctual cost, for quality insurance and staff maintenance, which is an estimated 750,000 euros. Human costs take up almost half of the first year expenses. This is due because we believe it is the most important part of our view. With our innovative engineers and a creative team, together with our Fsupv 10, we brought to life this project. In order to better understand how we manage our personnel costs, first we have to take into account both the employee salaries and the extra cost of maintaining a team, including food tickets, office material, and extra equipment needed. Now, our costs will double by the end of the third year. This is due by the growth of our team in 86% between engineers and creative team, in order to meet the key factor that makes us so unique.
But to reach these potential employees, we plan on two different sources. The first one are engineers. We plan to reach them through Formula Student, which is the best opportunity for both get exchange of knowledge and well-prepared engineers. For the creative team, it's another whole story. We have prepared challenges we will post online so that they can post them and we can check if they're actually creative or artistry. So once we have the recruiting, what about the maintaining? For maintaining the team, we think it's crucial, the continuity of the staff. That's why we plan on defining different objectives every 3 months. That way, we can keep our staff motivated and working on a dynamic environment. And if those goals are reached, they get a prime extra. So finally, the finances are promising and demonstrate our potential for scalability. Our priority is reinvesting the initial profits to try to supply adequate resources for scaling the company. Thus, we'll have a slow start for the first month. We should expect financial gain after initial 4-month period. We plan to break even at the beginning of our second year and continue growing. A life cycle reflects as well our capability to stay in the market long-term by constantly growing sales. We plan on constantly renovating our content to follow trends found through market, audience, and algorithm research. Through a 5-year period, we have optimistic, realistic, and pessimistic estimates involved their return on investment. Our company can generate between 62% and 144% return on investment in 5 years, proving our capability to be a smart investment. And last, to better understand how we manage capital, the return equity and return assets describe the impact of our transactions. As displayed by the return assets, every dollar invested will generate over 80% of profit. Likewise, the return equity describes the relationship between our company's profit and the investor return, achieving a 230% by the end of the 5th year.
And now, addressing you, our business angel, we're asking for an initial investment of €500,000 in exchange for 20% equity of our company, our view. With a second year break-even point, long life cycle, and our effective investment capital use, our view is a company worth raising to. So, will you raise to a better shopping experience? Thank you very much.
Thank you for a lot of supporters here, as I hear. So the next team is Race Up.
Prova. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure for us to be here tonight to present to you our business idea. So, let's get started.
Have you ever thought about becoming a team principal? It might surprise you, but it's easier than you think. But first, let us introduce ourselves. Good evening, everyone. My name is Franco Pistollato, and I'm the CEO of Fantasile.
I'm Alessandro Zitola, CFO of the company, and this is the rest of our team.
We are here to present to you Fantasy, our new fantasy mobile game based on Formula SAE competitions and dedicated to university students. But before diving into the structure and the features of our app, I imagine there is a question on everyone's mind. What is a fantasy sports game? I'll answer by asking you another question. Have you ever heard of fantasy football, F1 fantasy, or NBA fantasy? They are all examples of fantasy sports game. In this game formats, participants build their own virtual lineup composed of real athletes and then compete against other virtual teams. The scoring system is based on the actual performances of the athletes they choose. This format is gaining more and more popularity around the world, with a steady growth over the past years. It's versatile, it can be applied to virtually every sport, and, most importantly, it's extremely fun to play. You know what else had a steady growth in popularity in the last years? Formula SAE, that has consistently increased in the number of attending teams and students taking part in the events. Starting from there, we asked ourselves,
why don't we apply the fantasy sports game format to the Formula SAE competitions? With this goal, we created Fantasy, our new fantasy motorsports game based on Formula SAE. But how does that work? For starters, we assign to every Formula SAE team a different prize for every static and dynamic event based on their past results. Users can then build their fantasy lineup, selecting a real team for each event using a fixed amount of credits. The players score points based on the actual performances of the team they choose. The better they perform, the higher the points. We are now going to show you the prototype of the real app. So if you want to get a taste of the Fantasy experience, scan the QR code and follow us while we guide you through its functionalities and features. I give you a moment to scan the QR code so you can follow me. Okay, I think we're almost there, and well, let's see it in action, shall we? Let's set up your team in the My Team section at the bottom center of the screen. In this demo, every event is already selected. You only need to choose a team for the missing slot using your residual credits. Select Change for the business plan presentation event and choose a team compete in that specific category. My personal suggestion is Race Up Team. I heard they did pretty good in Italy. Click on Confirm your changes to save your lineup, and now you're ready to compete and hopefully win against your friends. But what about other features? Apart from the virtual championship, we will offer a variety of other features to our users, such as the Insight section, the live streaming of competitions, and live telemetries directly from competing cars. Starting from the Insight section, which you can find in the bottom right corner of the app, we wanted to provide the users with an enriching experience. Therefore, we added a section where they can discover more about Formula SAE, starting from the history of the competition and adding details about the basics of the events. Another feature of this section can be found by opening the Videos tab, where the players can learn new concepts about more technical subjects directly from the team members. This way, users can expand their knowledge and feed their curiosity. We can now move to the Live and Telemetry section. You can find it by opening the Up menu in the upper left corner and then selecting Live and Telemetries. In the Live section, players can follow the events live and cheer for their favorite team, whereas in the Telemetry section, they can jump directly into the action, analyzing live data from competing cars and getting deeply involved in the game.
Well, our idea should be pretty clear at this point, but what about the market we are going to target? The fantasy sports market was valued at more than $21 billion in 2021 and is expected to keep growing, reaching more than $44 billion by 2027. Talking about revenues, the mobile advertising market is projected to grow from $144 billion in 2022 to more than $600 billion by 2029. Furthermore, we conducted a study about the growth trend of the Formula SAE and the teams involved in the competitions. What we found is that not only the number of teams grew more than 40% in the last 10 years, but also the average number of students involved has more than doubled in this time span. Well, the question now is, who is actually going to use our app? we firstly identify some key threats of our target customers. They should be university students, passionate about motorsports, curious about the activities their university has to offer, and keen to always learn something new. We then conducted a customer estimation, finding that here in Europe, there are more than 25,000 Formula SAE team members and ex-members that we can target. Turning our attention to regular students and taking into consideration the threats of our target customers, we found that there is an approximate number of more than 250,000 students that could be interested in our product. Based on these numbers, we have estimated a user progression throughout the 5-year horizon, and we expect to reach about 180,000 players in the 5th year. Well, we had enough time to talk about us, but what about the others? Compared to the other famous fantasy motorsports games, Fantasy gives the users the possibility to live an all-around experience within a dedicated app, where they can learn new things, get passionate about the competition, and immerse themselves in the game with live and telemetries. This will give us a competitive advantage in terms of involvement and user experience. On the other hand, we will lack the brand and the community size of more experienced competitors, like F1 Fantasy or Fantasy MotoGP. But we will be able to reach a competitive level through our well-structured marketing campaign.
Well, after the competitor analysis, we performed a risk assessment for our business. We've identified 3 main risks, but the one that's strongly correlated with our business model is the seasonality. The majority of our revenues is limited to the competition period in the summer, and this could affect our business in a bad way. Starting from these considerations, we performed a financial analysis, and we discovered that the expected revenues will be more than enough to cover the yearly expenses throughout the 5 years.
Thank you, Ale. After establishing our target market, we identified the key marketing strategies to reach our customers. Social media marketing to directly target university students, local marketing to gain visibility in the sector, and meeting with teams to get closer to our core users. But the marketing strategy that will distinguish our business regards team packages. To make the Formula SAE project known and visible, European teams are already staging exhibitions in fairs and universities, but just occasionally and not consistently due to their low budgets. A lot of students are not aware of the project at all. Our proposal is to create a stronger relationship with them, providing financial and strategic support and hosting team events directly at the team's universities. This initiative is going to increase both the team's brand awareness and our visibility with highly motivated potential customers.
To boost our connection with teams and students around Europe, we decided to adopt a testimonial in our venture, something that will make every team feel included in this project and something that will make us recognizable and unique. The new MG 18.23. We selected this prototype in light of its proven consistency throughout the years, and with the proper changes, this Formula-style race car will become the symbol of the competition, a strong visual cue that will distinguish us and help students relate. Well, we talked about the app and its main features, but how will we actually gain a profit from it? We decided to adopt a freemium business model. We essentially have 2 types of users. We have free users who can enjoy the app for free and generate revenue through in-app advertising, and then we have premium users who can gain access to premium features like the live and telemetry section and can enjoy an ads-free user experience upon payment of a premium subscription. But Franco, what's our recruitment strategy?
That's a right question, Ale. Well, in addition to the 4 employees that founded our company, on our expansion plan, we expect to bring on board 2 new talents at the beginning of the 3rd year, since we want to be lean and a simple structure. Moreover, we want to create a network of students around Europe in order to expand our knowledge. This initiative is going to promote our project across Europe, and we will go to broadening our audience. But who are we looking for, Ale?
Well, Franco, we will search for talented and enthusiastic students who will market our app in their universities with their colleagues. Furthermore, we want to
furthermore, we want to attract new talents that will work in a young environment and in a strategic structure. We want to give us the commission contracts in order to help them in our brand systems.
Well, let's now switch our focus on the financial side of our project. And to start our business, we ask you to invest 250,000 euros in exchange for 40% of our shares, in addition to a 20,000 euros bank loan and our personal investment of 25,000 euros. And what about financial figures? Well, as the graph shows, we will achieve a positive result already from the second year. The estimated ROI at the end of the 5th year is 30%, with a net present value of around 208,000 euros. In addition, we estimated a payback time period of around 2 years for our business. The break-even point is set to be reached at the end of the 3rd year, when our revenues will match our costs. Another interesting fact to notice about the graph is that the revenues increase significantly in the 3rd quarter of every year, since that period coincides with the time in which competitions are held. Well, we reached the end of our presentation. We hope you enjoyed the idea as much as we did working on it, and if you did, let's get in the game with Fantasai.
Thank you very much, Fsupv, for this presentation. And now we will finish our finals with Provenga.
Hello. As you can see, you have the business prospectus of our plan in front of you. We hope all of you can have a look at it. I'm Lalit and this is Aldrin, and we'll be taking you through our business plan. Aldrin?
The technology that you use excites no one. It is the experience that you create with it that truly defines what it is capable of. This is exactly what inspired us to combine the incredible technology of augmented reality with the commercial motorsport industry into one exhilarating experience. I'm Aldrin, the CEO of our company, and along with me is Lalit, the CMO. Together, we are a team of 5 highly motivated entrepreneurs who noticed a gap in the commercial motorsport industry.
We're all familiar with the traditional racing experience. You rent a kart and you take it around a fixed track layout over and over again. This experience gets a little repetitive, with nothing to switch it up, and an alternative is yet to exist. And we are proud to admit that we might have found it. Presenting Real X Unreal.
The combination of our in-house developed augmented reality headset along with the PRV23 provides an experience like never before.
The customer is allowed to drive on any track of his choice, augmented through his helmet visor onto a flat plane of asphalt, eliminating the need for a racetrack.
The thrill of driving our car to the absolute limit on a custom-made Formula-style racetrack is simply unmatched elsewhere in the industry.
And thanks to our rigorous safety standards, there's no worry for any adversity, as you don't have anything to crash into, including vehicles or infrastructure, leaving plenty of room for error.
Now, let's get real. Such a radical concept requires a radical car to make it complete. Hence, presenting you to the star of our show, the PRV23. Our car is custom-made with a space frame chassis and a potent KTM 390 engine. The extensive use of carbon fiber ensures that our car is extremely lightweight yet nimble. And all of this is fabricated in a facility just 20 minutes down the road, greatly reducing our transport time.
Now, let me introduce you to the brain of our idea. Our custom-made AR helmet, which is able to render any track in the highest quality, enabling complete immersion. The PRV23 is also equipped with proximity sensors, which, in case of any adversity, is able to shut off the engine and apply emergency brakes. Now, you have our powerhouse of a car and the incredible technology sorted. Who drives the entire experience?
To gain an understanding of where we stand in the global market, we considered an extensive study which included parameters such as ease of doing business, interest in F1, interest in go-karting, and the global importance of AR. All of this helped us round into a target market where we would thrive, which is the United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom is home to more than 7 million motorsport enthusiasts, and the number is steadily growing. And moreover, it has an extensive karting culture with more than 270,000 people visiting karting tracks every year. This sheer number reflects the interest in motorsport. An ever-growing automotive industry eases the part procurement process and aids in manufacturing. Now, all of these factors helped us decide our demographics. Our target demographics are the motorsport enthusiasts, to whom we provide a powerful car to drive on any track of their choice.
We also aim to tap into the tourism industry, considering we're just about an hour's drive away from London.
Through the sheer thrill and the adrenaline rush that our experience provides, we intend to attract adventure seekers.
Effective marketing is imperative when it comes to growing a business, which is why we have tie-ups with tourism agencies to boost our inflow of customers. In addition to this, we also indulge in influencer marketing on social media platforms such as Instagram and YouTube. This is further substantiated by having partnerships with brand ambassadors and collaborations with other companies to ensure our reach is spread further beyond.
Now, let's come to our sources of revenue. Our major source of revenue is our ticket sales, which is about 57%. But to combat inflation, we also have many other sources of revenue. These include a simulator experience, so our audience gets the thrill and the adrenaline rush of our experience without ever getting out of their racing seat.
Now, to provide our customers with a comfortable place to relax and unwind after a heavy session of racing, we also have a cafe on our plot.
We also keep our audience engaged by streaming Formula 1 races on race weekends.
To complete the entire experience, the customer is offered real X Unreal merchandise, which acts as memorabilia and also doubles as a marketing strategy.
Now, let's have a look at our competitors in this industry.
Our concept of combining augmented reality and motorsport, it keeps us ahead of everyone else when it comes to novelty. In terms of entertainment, amusement parks have a slight edge over us because of the large number of rides that they offer. But the immersion that our experience provides is simply unmatched elsewhere in the industry.
Now, we believe every company needs introspection. Therefore, we have narrowed down our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In our field, we are one of the most novel ideas, so we are the early pioneers. And our custom AR helmet offers unparalleled immersion and safety, not to mention infinite customizability. But as is the case with any software in the beginning, we are prone to bugs and glitches. And as we're entering a saturated market, it'll be slightly tricky to navigate. AR is a demanding field, so there's high initial investment. And speaking of the saturated market, we're initially going to have limited audience. But not to worry, AR is also a growing field, which means multiple parties will be willing to partner with us, which enables expansion of our business. And in recent times, there has been increased enthusiasm in motorsport. But as is the case with any new business, we have some threats. As we're a novel idea, we're prone to imitation. And we have a combustion car, so we are subject to the volatility of oil prices. And AR is an up-and-coming field, so we have many technologies that will be willing to compete with us. But don't you worry, we have an action plan. We're going to begin by reinvesting the first few waves of profits back into the business. Coupled with a robust marketing strategy, we have a sound expansion plan. We promise to keep our idea on the cutting edge by continuously innovating and improving our idea. We believe this novel experience should be accessible to our target demographic, so our pricing is competitive to other forms of entertainment in this field. We also have a specialized technical team to enable and maintain your augmented reality experience. Now, let's talk about our expansion plan. We are going to begin by expanding within the UK first, followed by Europe, and then we're going to go global. To do this, we're going to start by making effective changes to our team structures, and then we're going to hire and nurture future talents while also retaining them. So, what is our recruitment strategy? We're going to begin by getting the word out, by posting job postings and tying up with recruitment agencies. We also partner with educational institutions to offer them both jobs and internships. Our job postings are attractive enough to attract the top talents. We also maintain a healthy company culture. This makes sure that the recruits we hire are here to stay. RealX Unreal conforms to the industry standards and doesn't compromise on our offer. We also have resourceful training and workshops by industry experts to make sure our employees stay on the cutting edge. Now, here are the changes that are going to go through our team structure in the coming years. In year 1 and 2, we're going to hire a regional operations manager who's going to be overseeing the operations in all of our branches. Then, we're going to employ a customer service team so that the RealX Unreal experience is not compromised. And we're going to have a training specialist to keep all of our employees on the cutting edge. Now, coming to year 3 and year 5, we're going to employ a quality control team, which is going to make sure the RealX Unreal experience stays the same in all of our branches, and an event manager who facilitates all of our special events and partnerships. An R&D team makes sure to research and keep us on the cutting edge continuously. Now, you're a part of RealX Unreal, but why would you want to stay? RealX Unreal offers a clear-cut career path to make sure our employees grow with us. And we offer lucrative incentives to make sure our employees stay motivated. And the most important point of it all, we have a positive work environment which makes all of our employees comfortable with us.
Now, let's talk money. We're looking for a limited partnership deal where the 5 of us will be general partners and our investors will be limited partners. To get our business up and running, we require a total capital of £2.5 million, out of which we seek an initial investment of £1.25 million from you, our esteemed investors. Your money will be used to set up our business and cover the operating costs for the first year. In exchange, we offer an equity of 30% in our post-funding round. RealX Unreal achieves its break-even in the 11th quarter, following which it starts becoming a profitable venture, generating over £4.5 million with an ROI of 66% at the end of its 5th year.
Now, coming to our corporate social responsibilities, RealX Unreal highly prioritizes our investor relations. So we make sure to involve them in all major decisions regarding the company. And we're very committed to environmental sustainability. So we aim to offset our carbon footprint by planting an equivalent number of trees. We're also very interested in providing opportunities to rising talents. So we hire interns from top companies. Now, in the rare case that something goes wrong, we have a sound exit plan in place. We're going to make sure our investors get away with nothing but minor losses by liquidating our fixed assets. So, to summarize, we have a novel business plan like nothing you've ever seen before.
We indulge in sound marketing practices to reach our target market. And all of this is supplemented by sound financial planning to ensure that all parties involved profit off of this venture.
And if worse comes to worst, we have a safe exit plan to make sure our investors get away with nothing but minor losses. And with that, we'd like to thank you on behalf of Provenga Racing.
So thank you very much, Provenga, and thanks for everyone who joined us today, and thank you everyone who stayed until the last presenters. So I would like to ask another round of applause for all the 10 teams presenting today. I'm sure the judges will have a very difficult job to decide on the ranking, because all the teams did very great, especially with this added deep dive topic that we introduced this year. So I really hope you enjoyed this little shake-up of the business finals, and hopefully see you next year on the business finals as well. So thanks and good luck for the rest of the competition. Köszönöm, srác.
In GLR Hungary, body and chassis, we deliver not only legacy features,